In Zimbabwe, political power is an unusual side effect. It turns office holders into agricultural legends. Each new president is elevated as a model farmer, efficient, innovative, and immensely productive. Their farms become pilgrimage sites for delegations, case studies in state media, and symbols of national agricultural success. Sarabana mashkobra pashinzi jeosi at Precabe farm, and yet the Zimbabwe security chiefs should ask, what makes Precabe farm productive? Sarabana mashkobra kupangwana ruva subscribe or like on the bell icon. Nanda Mirachiti, let this image collapse under the very basic scrutiny. The reality is that these farms are not independent agricultural enterprises, but they are mere extension of state power. Take the case of Robert Mugabe. During his presidency, he was widely portrayed as Zimbabwe's foremost farmer. The state rolled out extensive agricultural input schemes, seeds, fertilizers, chemicals, fuel, machinery, often distributed freely or under heavily subsidized arrangements, while ordinary farmers struggled with viability. Mugabe operations, including the high-tech Bushungo dairy estate, thrived under conditions of guaranteed state patronage. At its peak, Bushungo Dairy processed approximately 80,000 liters of milk per day using sophisticated imported machinery. However, this success was never market-driven, as state institutions, from hospitals to the military, were effectively compelled to purchase its products. When Mugabe left office, that patronage evaporated. What followed was not resilience but collapse. If the farm had truly been a model of efficiency, it would have survived beyond the presidency that sustained it. It did not. The same pattern is visible today. President Mnangagwa's Precabe farm is showcased as a benchmark of agricultural excellence, with hundreds of hectares under irrigation, thousands of cattle, and advanced remote-controlled water systems. It is presented as proof that Zimbabwean agriculture can thrive even under challenging climatic conditions. Yet the critical question, which should be in the minds of Zimbabwe's national leadership or the security sector that visited Precabe farm a few days ago, is not what Precabe produces, but it is how it produces. The farm operates within an ecosystem of privilege unavailable to ordinary farmers. It benefits from unrestricted access to inputs supplied through state programs. It enjoys priority in fuel, machinery, and infrastructure. It is embedded in a system where procurement contracts, often awarded to politically connected entrepreneurs, ensure that suppliers are paid promptly, even as ordinary farmers themselves go unpaid for delivered crops. Toma developments are kuda pangwa ine. Comment section medu dzofuro eni mutu pamusoro pechitwa ichi. Subscribe or like chitwa bell icon.